So let's talk about the tree. So let's talk about some of the ornaments that I've made in the past to hopefully inspire you to make some of your own. The first one I think I've ever made was this owl. And this is just using some really old red heart fleck, I think is what the top's called. And I used some brown scraps. And then I found these really old buttons in my button stash, and I thought they worked really well. And I used some black yarn for little pupils for him to kind of make the buttons pop more. He was a fun little crochet project. And I basically did him in the round, and then I just crocheted the top together, and that's what kind of gave his little points. One of the other few first ornaments I made was this mushroom. And I wish I actually went in and kind of tacked this so it kind of stays up under more to give it more of that mushroom look. But it's not bad until you look at the underneath part and you see that jog. That is what that is called, a jog. There's actually knitting and crochet methods that you can use to not have that horrendous jog. And I will link videos below for both of those because I think that's a tool that everyone should have under their belt. So at some point, and I can't remember when, I learned about Susan Claudino, and Susan Claudino has quickly over the years become one of my favorite stuffy knit designers. And so she has this one pattern set called Snowball Bunnies, and it was one of my first patterns I think I remember buying, and it comes with the pattern to make all of these adorable things. So the first one I made was the hoot owl, because back in the day I had this huge obsession with owls. I don't know why, but I did. I think everybody did. I even did some stripes, which again, it kind of got a little messy when I did my decreases right there in the front, and I probably could have done that better, but I still love it. I used felt for its little beak and around its eyes. And his hat, actually, you picked up stitches so that way his brim could fold over. And then I have the snowman from the collection, which very cute, same method. You pick up the stitches, and the same way the little brim pops over the head, and then it has a carrot kind of nose, which I was, again, new, and I was just kind of learning how to sew this on, and it's a horrible example because like it's only being held on by like one little string, and I should have so put more attachment to make it not look like that, but it's still cute. And then it came to my favorite two of the whole collection, and the first one is the reindeer. And I love its antlers. Oh my goodness. Same thing with the hat brim. And I used a palm for its nose. And all these I made with scraps that I found at my mother-in-law's house. And then this one I thought was genius how she did the construction. So basically you make the hat upside down because it joins, but that becomes his cowl on the little mouse, and I love its little ears. And I actually ordered some little safety eyes and nose, but I love, and I was so excited to find this little sew-on button, and the fact that it has a tail just makes my heart happy. Other kind of ornaments, you can do something as simple like this. This is just a crocheted circle. And this actually came from a bag of ornaments I found at the thrift store. But they had actually made a hat to go on it and put a face. It's a simple, cute, and effective ornament. So this is my first snowman I've ever made, and I used some shiny yarn. It's got stellina in it. I don't even know where it came from, but I love how its little scarf turned out, and it's just super, super adorable. As you can see, I got much better on attaching noses. I learned from my error. And then I made several of these because I gave a couple away, but I love how these turned out, and I used fingering weight yarns on these. And I knitted little cows for them. But it's adorable. And I don't know if you can see the way its hands are made, so it actually has like hands. There's something on it. There it goes. Super, super cute knitted ornament. And all these ornaments, again, are going to be listed down below. I made the moose, because again, I love the reindeer and the moose. And he has cute antlers as well. And a little knitted scarf. And he's out of sport weight yarn. And on him, I just use black yarn to make the eyes. The famous gnome maker who is Imagined Landscape, all those gnomes up there are her patterns. But I remember when she was first kind of getting into it, I was a tester for one of her Christmas tree ornaments, and that's these little wee sweaters. So this is the first one I made, and I made it with longer sleeves. And this is just a twist tie that I made into a hanger. And then the second one, I used some leftovers that a friend gave me. Another fun ornament idea is doing little Christmas trees on your tree. So this was the first one I made, and it's out of fingering weight. This is Madeline Tosh Unicorn Tail. And I used a wine cork for its trunk. And you can see the cable detail. It goes all the way up. And then I made a mini version, but this time I actually went out and found a piece of limb, old tree limb. And then stuck a star on it for a button. But these were a lot of fun to make. And there are all kind of patterns for these. This is not one of my makes. It was one of the ornaments that I found in that bag that I found at the thrift store. But someone had crocheted like a little doily. And then put some sequins on it. And then use either glue or a starch to make it stiff. But there was several of these in this bag, and I used them on my tree. Because I think they're really pretty. This was a find at the local alpaca farm, and it actually can slide on a pencil, but it also can be used as an ornament. And it's just a little knitted tree with some dots made on it. I guess they're French knots, almost like embroidered on, because that's how I would recreate it. So this is not knitted, but this is something that my grandmother made, and she passed away when my now 15-year-old was 18 months old. And I'm so glad I got this from her ornaments, because we've always been crafters, and I think I got a lot of my crafting gene from her. But she made this out of some big beads that she just used a permanent marker to make a face on, and some other beads and wire. But it's just this snowman thing that dingles. And she put some feathers on it. And some kind of little hat made out of some kind of wire. You can see it's broken and falling apart. But this is just one of those ornaments that I cherish. And will always cherish. Now, Gina Pike, who is also known as the Knitting Turnpike, had these for this kit for sale a couple years ago, and that's kind of how I met Gina. Like it's been a long time. So it's just a kit to make 2 little cats, and the yarn and the pattern came with it. So there's the first cat. Oh, he's facing the wrong way. And they have little tails. And these are knitted out of some fingering weight yarn, but I love them. So this is not a knitted or crochet ornament, but it was an ornament that I made. So I thought I'd add it to this Advent Day 3. And it's a cross-stitch little mushroom that is absolutely adorable. And I think I got this little kit at Walmart. So these, I actually have 3 of these. These were part of a ornament swap. So I am in a local group of ladies who knit and crochet, and I used to set up this yearly out to dinner kind of party where we all just got to eat together, and then we had to stop because of COVID. I really need to set that up again. I'm gonna make a note to do that. So local ladies, hold me to my word. We will go out to eat dinner as a group this year. It'll be fun. But we always either bring an ornament or buy an ornament to swap with each other, because it's just a fun little thing to do, and it's a way to make memories of the event. So one year I got these, and I actually have 3 of these, but the other one is somewhere on the tree. I don't know where it is. But they're little pears. And one of the local ladies knit these. But they're so cute. And I was so excited to get these because I love fruit and pears. So it works well for me. So looking at other ornaments that were made for me, and this was one that another local lady made. And it's kind of like the snowman from earlier, but she added some little cute picos to make the beard stand out a little bit more. And it's super adorable, just a little crocheted Santa. And then this is a really easy one, and I've seen people actually save the ring around your milk and crochet around that to make little wreaths. And this one was actually knitted to me from my friend Deborah, who also got me this gangster, let me see if I can get it in the photo, gangster wrapper Santa sweater, which is super comfy because today it's a rainy, glorious gray day in Alabama, and I love it. But she knit me a little owl. And I love her little beak that she did on it. Super cute. Now, Deborah also made / got me these guys. So she got me a baby little sheep that she wrapped yarn around. And then she got this alpaca and she knit the sweater for it. And this is probably one of my favorite ornaments. So, so pretty. So it always gets a spot on the front of the tree. So this pattern trio was actually designed by one of my favorite knitting designers, and you can probably guess it's Susan Claudino. So I just knew I had to have this, and so I bought it. But then I took forever to knit it up. I think I actually was worried that I wouldn't do it justice. And I don't know why, because I missed so many years of not having these on my tree. And I finally knit them up last year, and now I can enjoy them. And I'm mad at myself for not knitting them prior so I could actually enjoy them for more years. But the first one I'm going to show you is the Sugar Plum Fairy. Now, be prepared for total cuteness because this whole package deal was just amazing. The accessories that were sent with it, the dyeing of the yarn, which is Knitted Wit, who is another one of my favorite dyers. She's out of Georgia. I've talked about her stuff before. It's just so thought out. But this is the Sugar Plum Fairy. Eesh. Look how adorable. Her little face details, her crown is amazing. And I don't know if you can even see, but her hair is actually in a top bun, which is what the crown sits around. And then this whole method of these elongated stitches to mimic her hair is just amazing. And she has her wings. Which are really pretty. I love the little garter on the dress, and her dress is actually knitted separately, and you put it on her because she has like this bottoms that you knit on her, so she has little underwear. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just amazing. And then even when you make her shoes, and you knit those, and you use the strings to make the shoelaces and put the bells on her feet, the whole pattern, every one of them is just so cute. And I love how she was designed to hold her hands up like she's doing the little ballet move, which I do not know the name of because I'm not a ballet person, but I love her so much. So the next one from that series is the toy soldier, and again, he's just beautiful. Now, mine's sword is starting to tarnish, which I really don't even care because I still love him so much. I love his face. And please focus. I love his little button wooden mustache. The bells. I love how they even thought to incorporate a belt for him and his hat. And he's holding his sword because he's the soldier. And his belt goes all the way around. And I don't know if you can see his little hair coming from under his hat. It's just amazing. But the cutest one, and this one I thought was cool because they left you enough yarn that you can decide if you wanted a gray mouse or a white mouse. And I went with the gray mouse. And he too has a crown because he's the mouse king. Look at that. I love the little embroidered nose and his little cape. I love how these colors play together. This purple, this red, and this gold, and this white with blue. And that gray has got the most stunning dye job. He has a tail. And so you make his pants and you sew his tail on like his tail's coming out of his little pants. Adorables. The little picot on his cape. I mean, even the back of his head is pretty. It's so pretty. But are they not adorable? All the cuteness. Hello. So it is 7:13 p.m. and I'm just now opening advent calendar. I do have to say, my husband came in here earlier and opened up the Gems and Jelly calendar. And the Gems and Jelly today was apricot peach spread, which he ate on toast and didn't share. And he was like, I'm gonna open the calendar. And I'm like, okay. He like ripped the calendar. So he thought that he opened it here, but this is the door for day 6. So like it's kind of not pretty right there anymore. It's fine. I told him I was gonna tell on him. This is color A tart again, but it's not in a tweed base. And I'm guessing I'm supposed to knit it with this white for whatever project is for today for the thing, one of the ornaments. And this is also a non-tweed base. And this is called Antler. Great value. Let's see who's gonna win today in the coffee off. Great value is That's day 5. I'm just kidding. Here's day 3. Day 3. My bad. Hot buttered rum. Okay. So we'll have that in the morning. That'll be fun. That's a good way to start your day. Drinking some hot buttered rum coffee. Day 3 on the Keurig. I do like that these are in order, so I don't open the wrong one. Okay, so this one again. All right, y'all. So day 3, again, I'm giving it to great value as far as the coffee runoff winning champion. So far, great value has really done really well with coffees that are surprising new to me. The Keurig, I get a McCafe, which these are good. And I know this because we have a box of 94 sitting right there that we buy at Sam's. As for David's tea, today, oh my god, oh my, y'all, I cannot make this stuff up. I just can't. This is just my kind of crazy. Day 3. Yeah, I have to say, if you're looking for a Vlogmas that's all like perfect, this is not the Vlogmas for you. It's not going to be that way. So day 3, David's tea. I have chai of David. Okay. Warm and spicy classic. I like spicy in my tea. So, if you've ever tried this tea, let me know down in the comments, and I'm going to try it, and I'll let you know how I like it tomorrow. I'm in here in the mornings so much, and I don't ever turn the big lights on because I just use the little lights to wake up with, and then it has so much natural daylight in this room. Really, the lights don't really come on unless we're sitting in here eating or I'm cooking. And so even now recording, I forgot to turn the big light on. So that's why I have some really harsh lighting above me, and I apologize for that. But I haven't really got to open these today. And I think that's one of the things about Advent, you know, to see that not all of us people who make content have these beautiful laid out lives. If it seems that way, those content creators are really good at faking it for the most part, because the majority of us are just struggling to get through the day, but trying to share and make you smile and have some fun. And this is the case for me. The Advent calendar from Molly Designs. Got my day 3 out. Let's see. Ooh. It's very bright green. I don't want to say it's like neon. It's not really neon. It's just a bright green, and it has some yellows that are kind of neonish and white. It kind of reminds me of those big green caterpillars that get in your vegetable garden that are like, looks like they've went through some Ninja Turtle ooze and made them mutate. I'm not saying that's bad, I'm just saying it's pretty, but that's what it makes me think of. I do like that little blurb there. I love blurps of happiness. That's what I call them. Okay, so now we have Emma's yarn. Day 3 is in black paper. So I wonder if that's going to be anything. A good clue for us. Get the first peek. I don't even see it. Oh, I do love this. This is very like pastel rainbow splotches. See all the color and all those little dots. This yarn is a really, really nice base, which I did say this was like an 80-20. I think the Molly was also an 80-20, but it may be a 75-25. Really, really love that. That's pretty.